Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen and everyone watching. This is Running on Empty Food Review, and I am your host, the Report of the Week. So thank you for joining me in another food review. And this time around, changing up the scene once again. If you can't tell, what is this behind you, Reviewbrah? What's going on? Is everything okay? All is good. Not feeling 100% today, probably because of all the stuff that I eat. Though I am working on trying to get my diet better. Eat some smoothies and some healthy greens and kale and all that good stuff, and stay healthy. But sometimes you just have your off days. But I did want to go out and I wanted to try something today. I also wanted to do it a little comfortably, so I am in bed this time around. But we're still powering on and continuing on with Dove reviews. Now, when it comes down to what's going on in the fast food world, there's not a ton of different releases. There's not a ton of, various... we pretty much tried everything that's being talked about, right? The Cheez-It pizza and the whatever it is, the Pretzel King from Burger King, right? There's nothing really new that's out. But I still want to try something, and I said, hey, how about Steak and Shake? It's one of those places that while they don't have any releases necessarily, it's still something that I haven't done a video on in so long. I mean, it's been about 3 years since I last did a review of any sort from them, but I still go there regularly. It's one of those places that I have my favorite items from. When you go to a restaurant, it doesn't mean that you have to like everything that's on the menu. You can have the things that you detest and despise, and then you could also have the things that, wow, I just get this for breakfast and lunch and dinner, and then I get another one that I don't even eat. I put it in a little glass enclosure and I just look at it when I want to, right? You have these items that you really like. And when it comes down to Steak and Shake, that's how it is. I have a few select items on their menu that I'm a big fan of. I personally enjoy, I like them, I get them a lot. And I realized I never really did a video talking about my favorite items from Steak and Shake. So, I'm not just saying that to waste your time and mess around with you. I have my favorite items, and I wanted to showcase them. And for verification, you can see right there, the official Steak and Shake drinking apparatus says Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers, right there. And then here, an air of mystery, the Steak and Shake bag. And you can see it's got all this cryptic writing. We got this big curved thing. I don't know what that is even supposed to be. We have that. And then we have all these coded messages here. One of them says, hand-scooped milkshakes made with real milk the old-fashioned way. So that one says. Made to order, #1 voted milkshake, and so I guess they're really promoting those. And then it says their original steak burgers there too, right? And you can see right there, looks like that's a setting sun, and then looks like there's a little bit of an ocean wave. So I guess that's the sun setting over the ocean right there, an image of that. Pretty scenic, to be quite honest. And I'll tell you this, the 3 things that are my favorite items from Steak and Shake, it's one of each thing. A burger, a side, and a drink. A complete meal. I'll tell you this. One of the things that I like about Steak and Shake is that you could usually get a complete meal there at a decent price. I'm not going to sit there and I'm going to say that it's the world's cheapest thing, because it's not. Look, everything is a little pricey nowadays, but you can still get a complete meal under $10, which is reasonable. Completely reasonable. Another thing that I am a fan of with Steak and Shake is that they're 24/7. And that's one thing that I really appreciate considering my night owl schedule, is that, of course, if you want a burger at 7 a.m., hey, go for it. They'll serve you one. There's no problem with that. Whereas other places, of course, you cannot get a burger at 7 a.m. There's no way. But they're open, and they'll happily serve you. Now, to be quite honest, I do have a few issues. One issue that I usually have is sometimes they get your order wrong. So one thing that I always recommend doing is when you order, especially if it's at the drive-thru, make sure you check the bag and check your item before you you head your merry way. Because I think it's maybe just something that's wrong with when you give the order in. They can't hear the audio right or something. I have no idea, but they oftentimes have a tendency to get it wrong. So first and foremost, how about we get the burger out? That's what the main star of the dish is. There it is. What is this? How about for the grand reveal, we're gonna be dramatic. There goes one part. There goes the other. We still don't know what it is. What is it? Could it be a hamburger? Yes, indeed it is. To all those of you who were guessing right there, that's what it is. This is what I usually like to get. It is a triple steak burger with bacon, lettuce, tomato, and ketchup. It's a basic combination, but you know what? To be quite honest, it's what I am a fan of. It's a basic burger, but that's what I think they do best. Lots of people, they tell me, get the fresco melt, get the, let's do this. Get the fresco melt, that's what I always say. And I tried it out, and I wasn't a fan of it. I just wasn't feeling the fresco melt, to be quite honest. I wasn't a fan of it. The fresco melt, I think it's called. But anyway, triple steak burger with bacon, lettuce, tomato, and ketchup. That's my go-to. I always get the triple because sometimes their patties can be a little thin, and to get that third patty, which is really almost no increase whatsoever, I think it really makes it worth it. But I just like the way all the flavors blend together. I think it's a flavorful burger, tastes good, and it's just what has continued to impress me time and time again. So this is what I go here for. A lot of people get it with the cheese. I'm just not a fan of it. I always just say no cheese. And if you ever get this, you just need to specify no cheese, please. So with that, we'll try it out and we'll see if they're still maintaining the standards. And look, while this is a video of my favorite items from Steak and Shake, if I end up being crushed by this, I'll be honest and I'll say that, I'll never forgive them after this, if it's that bad. If it's not, I'll say it's good, but, So let's try it out. The triple steak burger with bacon, lettuce, tomato, and ketchup from Steak and Shake. It's going in. You can see there it is, right there. All three patties. Yes, indeed, it is a triple. And we'll take one more bite right here. We'll get that tomato in. And there's one last view of it. And one of my favorite things about the triple steak burger, really any of their steak burgers, but again, I like the triple one, is that you can taste the quality of the ingredients, right? Like the lettuce, the tomato, all of that is fresh. And it shows. I can taste that freshness. I would say, though, aside from the freshness of the ingredients, which again, that is one thing that will always boost the quality of the sandwich. What I like, especially, and again, I always emphasize this because it's important to get the triple, is the juiciness of the patties. Those three, when they come together, it makes for a delicious, juicy burger. That's the best way to put it. You just really taste that juicy, meaty flavor. It's cooked good. It's fresh. The bacon is there too. I mean, you can see that the quality of the bacon, hey, you know, it looks pretty good. That's the best way to put it. Has that little bit of a crisp to it as well. Not overdone, but not underdone either, which is important. And that shines through too. Look, it's a greasy sandwich. It's fatty. You know, it's probably not good for you, but it sure tastes good. And I'm a fan of it. And again, price for the burger itself is it's under $5 for a triple. Again, though, to add the bacon, add a few things, the price will vary for you. But it's an inexpensive burger. One of the other things, if it's willing to come out of the bag, there we go, that I always like to get on the side, they're Cajun fries. The French fries aren't something that I usually rave about, but I'm a fan of the Cajun fries, where they just come with these little Cajun spices and seasonings, kind of like how Five Guys does theirs. So, look, I'll be honest, Five Guys I'm a fan of more, but these are still decent fries for what they are. You know, that's the best way to put it. But I always get them with the Cajun seasoning, and that's what it comes down to. So I'm just going to try a few. Obviously, these aren't huge wedge-cut steak fries or anything like that. But these are well seasoned this time. And I just like that little bit of a contrast between fries themselves, which can be a little bland otherwise, but then that spice that's in the seasoning there, that little extra saltiness, it gives it that little bit of a boost that I think they need. That's why I'm a big fan of the Cajun fries. So we got the burger, got the fries, and then what is this mysterious substance that I wash it down with? Vanilla Coke. It's pretty standard, it's pretty basic, but the one thing that I like about their vanilla Coke, aside from the fact that it's vanilla Coke, I guess, is that they actually put the vanilla syrup in. And it just gives this certain more direct vanilla flavoring than you'd get usually in any sort of vanilla Coke. Far more pronounced, best way to put it. And, I mean, a vanilla Coke is something that you just don't get too much of nowadays. You know, I'm a fan of it. I always like the way it tastes. And you get more of a direct flavor from that. All in all, though, I like it 'cause it's a well-rounded meal. Good amount of meat, tasty burger, and decent sides and drink as well for an affordable price, under $10. Out of 10, I mean, I would go ahead and rate this entire meal. You know, I would give it an 8.3 out of 10. For what it is, price included. Just have to be careful when you order it, but it's good for what it is. And that's why I'm a fan of it. Look, when it comes down to Steak and Shake, they have a pretty good menu, a good sized menu, but these are my favorite things on the menu. And that's why I like them. So out of curiosity, if you made it this far, what are your favorite items on the Steak and Shake menu? What do you like? Let's say there is an asteroid that's going to hit the Earth and destroy it. But in order to stop it, you have to go to Steak and Shake and get anything on the menu. What would you order? What do you enjoy getting from Steak and Shake? So what are your thoughts? Feel free to leave a comment. I'm interested in seeing it. And on a final note, make sure you check out my new podcast at youtube.com/VORW podcast. Thank you for watching. Take care. I'm your host, the Report of the Week, and today we checked out my favorite items from Steak and Shake. That is all.